Hello, Haiku here for our historic Pauper ladder match. Going to be playing some more Chatterstorm. I thought it did all right over the last weekend, and I think I just had a bad draw one of the games. I did not get to play against Kiln Fiend or Red Black Burn or just Mono Red Burn. So let's see what El Portuguese brings today. Unfortunately, this is not a keepable hand. This is fine. Put this. All right. Is this Enchantments? I don't know what he's playing. Yep. All right. So it's just a pure race, basically. So I think I'm safe to just go ahead and run the Electromancer out, and then next turn I can start probably Gambit into Impulse to try to make a land drop. In which case I won't have any green mana, but I have another Gambit in hand. Drawing the green makes this easier. So let's go ahead and Gambit. Let's get another green. Gambit now. And this one gets a red, so I can Reckless Impulse this turn. And then hopefully I impulse into a Chatterstorm, because I'm pretty much set up, ready to go. Let's see. Does he have anything that would punish me attacking? I don't want to risk it. Like Cyber Cryptomancer plus a buff, but he wouldn't be playing instant speed buffs, he'd be playing auras, so I don't think there's anything. Oh, he's not playing hexproof, he's playing value auras. I should have known that by him playing the swamp. Drawing that actually makes this plan much better. Still think I go ahead and expose him, even though now I know he's playing removal. I think I go ahead and play this. The reason why I'm thinking of this is there's a chance that I could go off this turn if I draw the right cards. All right, so let's seize. Actually, do I want to seize this turn? Maybe I just want to resolve Wrenn's Resolve and then just play 2 lands. The thing is, I kind of value this land, and so I don't think tossing it is actually something that I really was interested in doing. So now, yeah, just keep me to dig. And again, this deck does gain a little bit of life, so you kind of need to storm off for a little bit more than normal. So now I'm okay discarding the, let's see what the Wrenn's Resolve brings before I seize the spoil. I think I'll go ahead and explore. What I'm thinking about is playing this Electromancer out. It saves me a mana. Let's see. If I play my... I don't know if this is exactly correct. Well, I feel good now that I'm not drawing anything. So I can just go ahead and play my tapped lands and play my one of my spells out, even though I could have just saved that for Storm for next turn. I shouldn't have played the other Electromancer. I should have had him see if he wanted to block with his Muldrifter first before he knew that I had a second one. Alright. So I'm still not under a lot of pressure, so I don't have to take the play of first day of Classing into Prophecy to try to draw into my Chatterstorm. So I probably can just chill for a couple minutes, a couple attacks, a couple turns. It's nice that I have the Electromancers that I have in play. Okay, let's just start with this one and just see what I draw. So in this case, if this turn I want to go off, I don't want to draw the island. So that's why I'm putting the island into play. So same thing. I have plenty of red. So I don't want to draw more red. I want to have the option to land my green. So by first day, I mean, he has me dead over the next 2 attacks, so I think I intro to Prophecy once. I don't need this much blue. So let's go ahead and get an intro to Prophecy. This one. And see if I can just finish the game on this turn. Introduction to Prophecy. Go ahead and use one of my forests for this since I have plenty of untapped. Okay. Both of these aren't going to do enough. Alright. Now do I first day into more stuff? Let's get a little bit of clock going. I'll just first, I'll save my first day. I'll just play the Anarchomancer to block this turn. And then next turn is go turn. So I could have first aid into the Pest Summoning, had, you know, I could have made this a 4/4/4/4 and two other 4/4s and attacked that turn for 16. You know what? I'm sort of feeling like I should have done that. All right. Guess I feel good about not doing that then. So let's first day get the Pest Summoning. Could also remove a creature. Geothermal Kami. I think I just want more Pest Summonings. what? I guess I didn't have to go that turn. I guess I could have waited one more turn. Alright. Attack with all. Then he cracks back. Now I'm not drawing into anything. So I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 creatures. This is a really slow way of doing it. All right. Now I just don't want to die on this next turn. I'll go ahead and play out one land. Let's see. So he gains 2 life, 3 life, 2 life. Maybe this puts him on the defensive and he can't. This is not boding well. He's got 3 more mana to play, more enchantments. 4 more mana. Okay, that's 3 more life. Alright, 15. Do I have lethal still? So this would have been 1 more storm if I just waited to go off this turn. On the other hand, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 4, 8. 8, and he's going to have 4 blockers, so I'm going to get in with 4 creatures, so get in for 8 damage. Doesn't seem too good for me. He's just going to gain 3 more life next turn. So I could try to attack, but then he can crack back and kill me. So I think I have to stay back. I guess I can attack with the Anarchomancer. Yeah. And then I can take out his Wardens if he doesn't block. Okay. Feeling okay. Ooh, not feeling okay anymore. So he's going to be gaining approximately 8 life per turn, 2 enchantments. Alright. So if I waited 1 more turn, I would have had 2 more squirrels with the Explorer and that. Yeah. Or if I went all in on that previous turn, I would have had no squirrels, but I would have had a bunch of 4/4s that I guess he would have traded his Kami for. Okay, I'll just save that for Storm. There are draws, so I can just impulse into... I didn't realize I had a first day of class on the bottom of my library. That makes it less likely because I've already used 2 of them. 2 of them and 1 Chatterstorm. I missed an attack with this guy last turn. Okay. So now I think I'm forced to impulse just to reduce his attacking power. So he doesn't have me on a 2-turn clock. Okay, that's one piece of the puzzle. Need I mean, I'm pretty far through my deck, so I just need a good draw of a lot of impulses. Of course, shuffling my deck is going to feel good if I draw any of those cards. So he's got me dead next turn. Okay, this is the start to what I need. So I'm going to want to have this guy hasted out, and I have plenty of mana, so I think I go ahead and not play him right now and cost myself 1 mana. This is looking promising. I need a library shuffler. That's not it. Dang. So 1 first day of class, and then in these other 15 cards I had the other first day of class. And my stuff that would shuffle my library I didn't draw either. Alright. Yep, I can't draw anything. I can't take out one of his flyers. That's a good game. Alright. So I think I just need to time my shot there a little bit better. Alright, so removal doesn't really help against his deck. Counters can help. That's about it, right? So I just want to go faster and go off harder than he is capable of recovering from. I think that's it. Fire Prophecy, Impulse, line up the shot. You notice I've trimmed and messed with the numbers a little bit. Oh, I guess he could be potentially playing the... I don't think I want to plan for that. I think I just want to just go hard on my plan. And hopefully not choose the wrong point to go in. So I think there was probably a more experienced, like a person who realized that they weren't on that much pressure. They probably would have waited that additional turn to get the 2 additional 1/1s. But I don't think that would have... Play first, yes. I don't think that would have changed it. This is a reasonable hand, even though there's no blue. It has an impulse that will be able to eventually draw me into it. Let's go ahead and play... Doesn't really matter. I guess I'll play this one. So let's explore this turn. So I don't want to Wrenn's Resolve this turn. Unfortunately, I still can't Wrenn Resolve next turn. I was going to do it to hit my land drops. But I hit my land drop anyways. He doesn't have stuff that can counter or that can kill my creatures right now, and he doesn't have a counter spell up. So I think I just go ahead and land my cost reducer and make my land drop. Yeah, and then I can just sort of try to time when I cast my Chatterstorm with these guns. Like this turn, if I drew it, I think I would go all in. Alright. So I could Electromancer into Gambit into Cleansing Wildfire. Seems pretty good. Action. I'm just trying to ramp right now. and then I'll use, after I clear out more lands from my deck, then I can use impulses to try to draw into my Chatterstorms. I guess there's no point in attacking. I could have attacked pre-combat and bluffed him out, but this feels really good. He's tapped out of blue. Yeah, I'm not really concerned with what he could have. Forest, yeah. So if I hit this turn, this will be a good turn to go. There we go. All right. So that's a good draw too. Draw as well. And so I actually want to do this right now so I can get my forest without accidentally drawing my forest. So I can Gambit into my forest and then power up my Chatterstorm. So yeah, let's do that right now. So target this. I don't really need this much blue anyways on the turn I go off, but I'll just keep it up anyways. All right, so I guess we still can impulse right now first. Let's see. Okay, that makes me feel really good. Now, can I do it all? So, let's see. First day into grab the other thing, then Chatterstorm. Seems pretty good. I do have an extra mana. Is there any other thing I can do? I have double Electromancer. I'll get the Pest Summoning. I guess I did this in a little bit slightly bad order because I should discard, since I'm not using my Anarchomancer this turn, I should discard it and see if I can draw something better. Nope. First class. Alright. This is Lethals. I guess I'm holding up Dispel for whatever reason. Should have played this first. It gives me priority. Alright, that felt good. That was, he had 4 lands into play, but I think he was missing land drops potentially. I don't know. It's always hard to tell when you're ramping so much how many turns had gone by. That felt like I went off potentially on my turn 5. Alright, yeah, I think my plan is still the same. These Dispels are just a conceit too, if he happen to has counters. Yeah, he is playing black, so I also have to kind of be aware that he may be playing discard and duress or something like that, but I feel like impulsing kind of avoids that complication. Or avoids that way to play against Storm because they're not in your hand. This keeps happening to me. It's drawing without a red land. Now I do have an Explorer. He's going first, and I have one piece of my combo. I actually think I'm gonna keep this. I have 1, 2, 3 draws. And technically 4, because even if I don't draw it on the Explorer turn, I'm fine to draw it the next turn too. Ooh, and he mold bad. Okay, well, I'm happy with this plan. It's just waiting to draw my red spell. Okay. So, oh wow, this is looking really good for me. Alright, I have the combo, so I just want to hit my land drops. And and I kind of want to use my red spells first. I'm thinking of impulsing right now. Because like if I explore, wait, I haven't played a land right now, so it doesn't make a difference. So I could Cleansing Wildfire and just get another red land and guarantee a land drop. Let's do that instead. There we go. So do I want to explore then, or do I want to impulse? Wow, this is just... I haven't missed one land drop when I started with two non-red spells, or non-red lands. So now I just have to think about how I want to play around Transpester's Curse. Alright, is this the turn I go? I mean, I'm under no pressure. Let's just start with an Anarchomancer into Impulse. Oh, I forgot that it also triggers on these. Okay, so... Alright, so C's, discarding C's. It's unfortunate that I have to do it this way. Right. I always get paranoid about not making my land drop. So now I can first day for a lot of... that's unfortunate. And that was good on him to do it that turn. Because even though I've ramped so much, I'm a little bit tight on mana. So let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 if I wanted to do the line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I do have enough. So that would leave me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4 plus 5, 5. So 9 3/3s if I'm calculating this correctly. So that's game. So let's just do it up. So just be careful about how I tap. Okay, Pest Summoning. Okay, first day of class. Well, I don't like tapping that much with my green. I guess I could, I should have done this already. This should have been my first one. Okay, so then Pest Summoning. The reason why I should have on my first thing I should have done the discard to just see if I happen to draw a. Oh wait, I double counted these. I said that there were 4 of them, so I'm only going to have 7 total. But anyway, I think this can carry me to victory, even though I'm kind of low life here. So 7. Oh, I wasn't even counting how much life he gets with the things, so that actually was a really bad miscalculation. Let's tap out my blue. All right. Let's do it again, I think. I guess I probably should have Mancered first. Okay, now I can Mancer into Wildfire. Probably shouldn't have tapped out and done this after I attack. I don't know why I was just fooling around. Alright. Hopefully one more attack in does it. Let's see how much life he can gain. Looks like he's going to gain 4 life. He can draw a land or an enchantment, but he's not going to be able to draw both, so that's game. GG's. Alright, well, yeah, I think that first game I kind of misplayed, but I think this one I kind of played well. It shows that Trespasser Curse, although a strong card, is not impossible. Let me just show kind of where I ended up after the tournament, just thinking about things. So this is the deck that I played today. So a couple things I changed in the main. So I added some of these. So I made room by taking out Uline of the Shot. So what I figured was if the opponent lands a really troublesome permanent, my out of game 1 is get the Annihilation. That's a benefit of playing First Aid Plus, is you get an extra kind of sideboard game 1. So I cut that, so then I had some room, and then so what I did was I played Seize the Spoils. I was only playing 1 originally, and I was playing these Fire Prophecies, and I was just thinking like, yeah, these do better when I have my cost reducers in play, my Mancers in play, but one of the lines that you always kind of end up in is without the Mancer in play, because generally if you have the Mancer in play, you're looking good and you're looking like you're going to win. So I'd rather build the deck to win when it doesn't have the cost reducers in play. So rather than having 2 mana up, after you Geomancer's Gambit or Seize the Spoils, and so Geomancer's Gambit find an untapped mountain, you can play Impulse. So I'm playing Impulse as my removal spell instead. Plus then I can say this deck is 12 Impulse deck because it has Reckless Impulse, Wrenn's Resolve, which is another Impulse, and then 4 of these between main and board. So yeah, so a little bit greedy, so you probably can flex this a little bit more and play more Fire Impulses main and less Seize the Spoils main, but I wanted to be a little bit greedy, and it actually paid off against that kind of deck where Impulse is not required, removal is not required. I shouldn't say Impulse, removal is not required, and you just want to take your time to set up. Now, comparing Geomancer's Gambit to Seize the Spoils, they are similar. So downside of Geomancer's Gambit is you do have to have a artifact land in play, but it kind of functions similar to the Treasure, except the Treasure is you get a basic land out of your deck that's untapped, and so you'll get that for that turn plus every single turn after that. Where Seize the Spoils is a little better is a turn where you don't have a bridge in play, or you have a dead card in your hand, like a dead bridge in your hand that you want to get rid of, and so instead of drawing 1, it draws 2. And then the other situation is when you've Geomancer Gambit and you've taken either all of the basics out of the deck or all of the basics of the color that you needed were out of the deck. Like there was that situation, I think one of the games right now, where I didn't have any more forests to fetch. So then Seize the Treasure, even though it's a one-time use, rather than bringing a forest out of the deck, the one-time use, it can be any color. So it's slightly different. I would say it's mostly worse, but there are situations where it's a little bit better. And so I just came down with this split. Another situation is worse is if you don't have cards in hand to discard, which can happen when you're like impulsing into C's, and then you don't have any actual cards in your hand. You have a bunch of exiled cards on the side there, and so you can actually discard with C's. But this not too bad, because then you can just like play like a random Explorer to convert a Explorer from exile to a card in your hand, and then use Seize the Spoils. So yeah, so the main deck. So again, these two cards that are 2-ofs are the flex cards that I think you can play more or less of them depending on how greedy or how scared you are of Kiln Fiend is the big reason why you would need to play that. I think on mono red burn you can race them, and black red burn same thing, you can race them, except if they have enough Trespasser's Curse in the board, then it becomes difficult because they're gaining life and causing you to lose life for every Chatterstorm thing, and so it's very difficult to race that. In the board, so I moved the lineup the shot to the board. So this is a conceit to auras and, you know, like mono white flyers and stuff. This is good against kind of anytime you think that they're going to have big creatures that are going to be bigger than your 3 damage removal spells. And then loaded up on the 2 other impulses, and just playing 4 other removal spells. You could play kind of anything there. And then I did make one more change, and then I'm just still playing the 2 Dispels. What the issue is when you're playing the impulse version, you kind of just want to unload your hand and use your cards, and having a reactive card is not that useful. So I was actually like toying with the idea of playing black, but all of these colors, so Electromancer for blue is just so important to have 8 cost reducers, and it's the better cost reducer than the Anarchomancer because it works with these non-green spells in the board in your lesson plan. But yeah, I think blue is better than going black for like your own duresses, to duress their duress or whatever, or duress their counter dispel for your first day of class, because that's the card that you want to protect is have a dispel for counter for your first day of class. Let's see. So yeah, and I'm keeping this in for red burn just in case. Again, it works well if you're already playing with lessons to have it as a thing to sight into. Environmental Sciences is solid, especially if you have an Electromancer in play, because then it's like doesn't use any mana and it gains you 2 life and adds 1 storm. This card is solid. But I did take 1 out. Now, this is probably the best lesson to get, but you don't really want a situation where you're grabbing 2 from the board. So if you're first day of class and then first day of classing on the same turn, grabbing 2 Pest Summonings from the board isn't that good of a situation. You're more, if you have the Chatterstorm already, you just won. You don't need an extra Pest Summoning to win. And then if you don't, you really want to dig to find it. So that's where that's where you grab the Introduction of Prophecy. So I basically convinced myself that it's basically a win more situation if you're grabbing 2 Pest Summonings from the board. So I just kept the 1, even though that's the card that you generally are always grabbing. And then I'm just keeping this as, a conceit to being able to free up United Shot from the main to be able to play this or just use this as a removal spell for a troublesome permanent. And then, I think I talked about these cards already. So overall, yeah, I think it's good. And it's definitely right now as it's built will struggle against Kiln Fiend. Even if it's well, I don't know. I think actually this would struggle even more against the mono red Kiln Fiend deck, because that deck would just be much more consistent and fast, about a turn faster than green red Kiln Fiend, and so that's where the conceit is to cite in 6 additional removal spells in the board to be able to deal with Kiln Fiend. So you're pretty much going to lose game 1 with this deck. If you didn't want to lose game 1 against Kiln Fiend, you could cut some Seize the Spoils for the Fiery Impulses, like I said. And that should improve your matchup a little bit. So you can eventually, like, if you kill the first Kiln Fiend, potentially you need to kill the second Kiln Fiend to be able to last until the turn where you can go off. Because one of the issues with Kiln Fiend is, and that's why I kind of changed my plan from Fire Prophecy to Impulse, is with these, you're not able to ramp while you remove their stuff, even if you draw them. But with this plan, you can Geomancer's Gambit and then Fiery Impulse that same turn. So you're still ramping, but you're dealing with their first Kiln Fiend threat. So that gives you a fighting chance, I feel. But again, two in the main is you're asking to get just burned in the main, and then but the sideboard games, I think you have a chance. I'll try to find someone to play some Kiln Fiends, mono red or green red, to see if 6 removal spells is enough or not. But yeah.